On fucking Mars. If the sky's your limit, then you'll never go far.
Alright, what's up guys? Poison here. What the hell is this? Wait, what? Russia Day. Wait, what? I have not played Payday 2 in a while, guys, so sorry, give me 1 second. Alright, so today we're taking a look at a new perk deck. So last time we took a look at Rogue, the Rogue perk deck. Today we're taking a look at the Hitman perk deck. So, like always, every other perk is the same for each deck. So the first one we have for Hitman is basic recovery. Your armor recovery rate is increased by 5%. Ambidextrity. I cannot say that word. Ambidexterity. Dual-wielded weapons have a negative 16 stability penalty. Your armor recovery rate is increased by an additional 10%. Ammo capacity for your akimbo weapons are increased by 50%. Alright. Advanced recovery. Your armor recovery rate is increased by an additional 10%. So far, it's armor recovery. So we're at 25%. Alright. Expert recovery, your armor recovery rate is increased by an additional 10%, so 35%. And finally, Tooth and Claw, your armor recovery rate is increased by an additional 10%, so all in total we have 45% armor recovery. Your armor will recover 1.5 seconds after being broken no matter what the situation. So 45% armor recovery plus our armor will recover 1.5 seconds after being broken, so just off of reading that, we're gonna want some armor, so I don't really know what to choose for like the proper armor, honestly. But the main thing about the Hitman perk deck is this came with the John Wick character pack? No. This came with, yeah, it was John Wick actually. So you're gonna want to use akimbo weapons for the Hitman perk deck. Thankfully you have the Castigo 44s, you have all these different akimbos, even full auto akimbos like the Krinkovs, MP5s and all that, but we're just going to roll around with the Bernettis. You know, you have the Compact 5, the Heathers, but our setup is going to be the Akimbo Bernetti 9s with the SMG 11, so we'll be right back in a minute. So, now we're back. So, for assets, we're always going to buy an expert driver, and we just play on Jewelry Store because it's just an easier mission to do. We're actually gonna bring first aid kits because we have no health regen. And one thing real quick, I know last time I had a video out for Payday 2, it was the Rogue perk deck. Yeah, it's the last video I did. And someone came in, I don't know who he was, honestly. He wasn't being rude or anything, but he came in on the Rogue perk deck video and he was telling me about the Rogue perk deck, how it's better for the Rogue perk deck is better for higher difficulties. And this leads back into what I've said since day one. I'm not a stats nerd. I don't, I'm not a number nerd, and I don't mean nerd in like a bad way, but I'm not someone who really talks about numbers or anything. I had no idea the Rogue perk deck was better for higher difficulty. Once again, I only tell you guys what I discover while playing. So, like I said, I don't play on higher difficulties. The highest difficulty I play on is Overkill. You know, I only tell you guys what I know. I'm not going to tell you something that I've heard from someone else or anything. So, I only talk about my experience. You know, if I've done something in the game, I talk about it. If it's just a rumor that I read online, I'm not going to say it in the video. So, I had no idea that the Rogue perk deck was a lot better for higher difficulties. But that's what the one person who came in and commented said it was. But, yeah, I'm not really someone who talks about like stats or like knows 100% about the game. I'm only someone who plays the game. And once again, I tell you what I know. So like, you know, if I don't know something, I'm not going to talk about it. And about like stats and stuff, I'm not really someone who talks about numbers and stuff. That's just not how I play. I know there's a bunch of our YouTubers like General McBadass, Richard Dangles. They do Payday content also, but they talk about numbers. I'm not really a numbers person. I don't like talking about numbers. You know, I'd rather just be like, hey, if you shoot a bulldozer like 25 times, you kill him or something like that. That's just how I am. So, we should be getting a stability, stability thing. I don't know what they called it, but, yeah, Hitman perk deck was released a while ago. I used to actually main this perk deck for a while until I got Jacket, and we'll talk about that more later when we get to Jacket's perk deck. But you know, this is a good perk deck. It's easy to use, basically. The whole thing about this perk deck is armor recovery and akimbo weapons. You can use other weapons, but this perk deck is more suited for akimbo because of all the stats it has for them. Like, you have your stability, yeah, you get more stability. You just, you get more ammo also with your akimbo weapon, so this isn't something you'd really use a normal weapon with. You want to use akimbos, you want to have armor, you want your armor to recover fast and everything. Oh, bulldozer, so let's back out of here real quick. Although this perk deck does not give you extra damage for your akimbos, it just does stability. So if you're expecting like stronger damage out of your akimbos, it doesn't do that, unfortunately. As we see, this armor recovery is actually doing pretty good. We haven't actually lost any damage yet, which is pretty good, honestly. The cool thing about akimbos is they're kind of a challenge to use. They're not really like... I know a bunch of people could use akimbos, no problem. Like, I've seen General McBadass use akimbos, like, seriously. But if you don't use akimbos all the time, it's actually a fun little challenge to use akimbos. Another thing, you can destroy flashbangs. I remember last video I asked that. I didn't know, but if you see a flashbang on the ground, feel free to shoot it, honestly. It will destroy it before it explodes. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, this is going out Saturday with our usual, which is its usual time. I don't know how I'm going to do tomorrow's videos for Android time. Trying to figure it out, because like I said, I'm going to be gone. I left Thursday night. So I'm not going to be here at all this weekend. I'll actually be getting back, or I'll be getting back home later tomorrow night. But I don't know how I'm actually going to be doing Android time. You know, I'm not trying to actually record it all Thursday. Finally starting to take a little bit of damage. Jesus Christ, what is with all these enemies? Okay, we should be getting our armor back, honestly. It said every 1.5 seconds it restores no matter the situation, so... Don't know what the hell is going on there. It should have restored itself multiple times. But you could find so many different akimbo weapons. I know that there's the, like I said, you could have SMGs akimbo. You could have the Desert Eagles, the Castigos. There's a lot of akimbo weapons you could have. You could have, like, pure damage. You could have fire rate. It just all depends on what you really want to use. Me personally, I didn't want to use an SMG right now, akimbo. I just decided with the Bernetti 9s. Oh, shit. That was so weird how we actually got thrown in the air. But akimbos have always been a fun little thing to use. You know, even in like Call of Duty, back on like Modern Warfare 2, akimbo weapons were a fun challenge to use because, you know, Call of Duty has always been a serious game, but if you hop into a game with akimbo weapons and everyone's like going tryhard mode, if you beat them with akimbo, you're going to feel good about yourself. But you could obviously, you know, switch out your akimbo weapons. You could set them up for different things. Like, honestly, I'm not a serious akimbo player. I know, once again, General McBadass, he has an actual akimbo loadout. Oops, shot the hostage right in the head. Only thing I don't like about this perk deck, which, once again, has been a problem with a lot of other perk decks in the past, is you don't have any health recovery. So, you know, as soon as you're getting out of health, or as soon as you start losing health, you actually need to have a medic kit with you. So that I see as a huge negative. Other people might be like, whatever, you know. Obviously, don't get hit and you won't lose health, but it's a lot easier said than done, actually. Like, I'd rather just shoot someone, you know, get health back. It's easier. I'm pretty sure we still have a bunch of bags we haven't even gotten yet. But akimbos, like I said, they're a fun challenge. If you don't usually rock akimbos, you know, you're not going to be good with them, obviously. Oh, sweet, and we can beat this right now, too. Oh, we're going to have more than enough. But yeah, akimbos, you know, obviously, with any akimbo weapon, you're going to want to throw a laser on it, because that's not really a good aiming apparatus, I guess. I don't know. That's not the right word. I don't know why that... You know, it's not really good aiming just to be like, oh, yeah, right in the middle, you get them. No. Having a laser will help out, even though the recoil will throw the gun upwards. And I really don't care about extra money. I'm pretty much set at this moment, but nice stability. Honestly, I don't know how the negative stability works. I'm pretty sure that means because, you know, if you use akimbos, you already have a low stability. I think the negative stability is more for like, that's what happens when you know, it's more like it adds stability, I want to say. I'm not sure how the whole negative stability thing works. Ooh, we're getting the fuck out of here. But, you know, the main thing about the Hitman Perk deck is armor. So, you don't want to rock a 2-piece suit. You want to actually have some armor on. Because, one, you're going to have a 45% armor recovery rate. Secondly, your armor is going to start recovering 1.5 seconds after it breaks. Once again, no matter what happens, like, even in a firefight, it should start resetting. What else goes on? Negative stability for akimbo weapons. It's a decent perk deck if you rock akimbo, but other than that, you don't have health recovery. The only thing you have is armor recovery. So you could use this perk deck without akimbo weapons, but if you're going to use it, you might as well have the akimbo. So can't wait to see some random person come into the comments and tell me how wrong I am, because it's already happened before. It happens every time. Once again, guys, I don't know these perk decks that much, honestly. As soon as we get down to Sociopath and Grinder, then yeah, I know about these perk decks. But other than that, I don't know these perk decks. So yeah, guys, until probably tomorrow with another episode of Demon's Cross, I'll see you guys next time. Have an awesome day. Thank you for watching. Bye.